PoppyK, create, craft and make paper jewelry and challenges to break. PoppyK, create, craft and make PoppyK, subscribe, like, comment and...
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I hope you are doing well. Well, I have been a little bit AWOL this week. I did a vintage fair over the weekend, and it was the vintage fair over at Malvern, which is the Malvern Hills in, now then, I think it's Worcestershire. The place that we went to was the Three Counties Showground, which is Worcestershire, Shropshire and Herefordshire. It kind of all meets on the same, you know, that's where all the borders are basically. And once a month they have not the world's, I mean, it could have been, there was loads of people there, the country's largest flea market. And I was there, my mum was there, she was selling some amazing bits and pieces. Now, I didn't really do a video for that, not this time, because I just wanted to get my bearings and make sure that we got most things right. But we were selling like quite a lot of different bits and pieces, and we learnt a lot. I mean, we learnt an absolute ton. My mum was selling things like, she makes like Tilda dolls and things like that, so we had those, and she had a fantastic one that was done up like Wicked, so like the witch in Wicked, and that sold. I'll just explain what I'm doing here. I'm actually making more journals because I sold out of all my journals at the fair. So at the moment I'm just doing a journal. This technique is one that I learnt from Camelia Craft Designs, and I'm literally just, that's how I've done it. Oh, hang on a minute, the scrappies are going around so you'll be able to hear them. Can you hear them? Yeah, so it's literally just, I've gutted a book and then used the inner pages to decorate the insides, just to hide all the gubbins on the inside there. On the back here I've created a little gusset pocket. This is one of the envelopes actually that I got in my bag from Rocks and Chains. And then this is basically just how it's all started. So I just thought I'd come on, do a little bit of crafting and talk to you about the market, the flea market. Yeah, so I basically sold out of everything, as in my junk journals and things like that. And it's quite funny actually, because we were sat and I had my junk journals on the table. And do you know, it was mostly men that looked at the junk journals and were really intrigued and interested by these junk journals, which I found fascinating. And there was one chap, and he actually had a stall. I might use one of those as well. He actually had a stall and he was selling old vintage postcards and things like that, and he came over and he said, I just want to come over and have a look. He said, at these, he said, these are so intriguing. And he said he'd never seen anything like that before, and he was really intrigued by it. So I thought that was quite funny. He was really fascinated by what he saw. And then he finished the conversation and was like, oh, they're amazing and all this sort of thing. And then he said, have you got any vintage postcards? And I thought to myself, mate, if I had vintage postcards, do you really think I'm going to give them to you? I mean, I probably would have done. I have got some, but they're actually here. I want them. They're one of like postcards of trains. So I want to do a train themed junk journal. But yeah, I just thought it was really funny that he was, I mean, he was honestly, he was really intrigued. He spent about 15-20 minutes, and he looked through every single one, and he was like, I've never seen anything like this before. So that was quite funny, but it was actually ladies that ended up buying them. Like I say, I sold out of all of my junk journals, so now we're going back in September, and this is me making junk journals for September. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and just do a little bit of a craft with me, and a little bit of a chit chat. But it was such good fun. I had my clothes as well. So if you don't know, I have another channel and I do like fashion and things like that. But I also buy in vintage clothes. I used to have an online shop, but I've kind of closed that down now, just to concentrate on doing these pop-up markets and things like that. So but I think what I'm going to do is thin it out quite a bit, and also I upcycle a lot. So I take blazers and things like that and I upcycle, so it just makes it a little bit different. So it's not just a jacket, it's something that's a little bit more individual. So but there was one woman there, and she had like a denim jacket, and I couldn't believe it. She'd literally only just put like lace, a tiny little bit of lace on the arms. And when I say tiny, it was probably about that much on each of the tops of the arms, and a little bit on the back, maybe a bit bigger. And it was only a next jacket, so it wasn't like anything spectacular. And she was charging £45 for the privilege. I did think that was a little bit cheeky. But apart from that, it was amazing. I really thoroughly enjoyed myself. As I said, we're going back there again in September. So if you are out and about in that area, please do pop on in. It's £5 to get in, but it's the largest one in the UK, and it's definitely worth a visit because there is everything. If you're renovating your house, if you're looking for ephemera, if you're looking for railwayana, if you're looking for antiques, if you're looking for clothes, it's a vintage hunter's paradise. Just absolutely amazing, and I would definitely recommend it, even if you want to go just for a day out, just to reminisce and look at old things, that toys that you used to have and things like that. That's why I like going to car boot sales sometimes, because you see all the old toys that you used to have as a child, and it kind of just takes you down memory lane, you know. But the pitch that we had, we were in one of the barns. There are really big barns at the back, but we weren't in those. The ones that we had actually had electric, so you can have like an electric hookup, and we were right next to the door, so we had a lovely breeze coming through, and we were placed next to this lovely man called Tim, and he has a booth in Leominster, and he actually lived in Malvern. But yeah, he was so nice, and really, you know, he was giving us all advice and things like that. So it was just a lovely atmosphere. And also, I am a little bit annoyed at myself. There was a woman, she came up to me and she was looking through all of my junk journal books, and she said to me, I've got lots of old books. And I was like, well, I said, I really actually at the moment don't need any at the moment, but thank you so much. And she said she had a bookshop, and any of the books that come in damaged, they actually do give them to crafters, and I wished I'd taken a number and things now. So if that was you, please contact me. Yeah, so I was a bit annoyed at myself for shooting myself in the foot, really, because I could have got some more books at probably a good price as well. But never mind, hopefully she'll be there next time we go, and I'll go and track her down. So yeah, so I'm just literally making up little cards to pop into here. So this one's going to be a little bit Tim Holtz-esque sort of. I've seen a lot of people, I think, I know Camelia Craft Design is going to do a Julie over there. She's going to do a Tim Holtz themed journal. And who else? Fiona from Miss Paint-A-Lot is actually doing one, and she's doing a folio, and it is exquisite. I love it. So I thought I'm going to do like different themed ones this time. Well, I did do different themed ones last time. I had botanicals. I had did I do steampunk? I don't think I did do steampunk. Botanicals. I did like the insect, and I did a travel journal, and there was some others in there as well. But I think this time I want to do something a little bit more like, this is going to be Tim Holtz inspired-ish. Then I'm going to do, I would really want to do an Egyptology one. So I'm going to do something like that. I might do like oh, what are they called? Oh, the word's just gone straight out of my head, and you're all shouting it to me. An archaeologist's sort of field notes for Egypt. And there's a few other themed ones that I want to do, but I just thought I would just do a little makey while I'm sat chatting to you. I've also just as a little offshoot, this is for one of my other ones, I'm going to do a botanical one again, but I saw this on Pinterest, and it's just the drywall tape. So if you're like me and you've had this in your stash for, well, when did I live in Yorkshire? We've been here 8 years. Oh, nearly 15 years ago. And when I say drywall tape, I'll show you what I mean. Just this stuff. It's literally just this stuff. Pop it in here in your specimen cards. I think it looks amazing. So anyway, that is that, and I'm just going to keep on making a few little bits and pieces, and I'll probably pop on every so often and have a chat and a make with me. But yeah, I just thought I'd keep it short, just a little interlude, and I will see you on the next one, hopefully with a card challenge. And I will also I want to do some of Melina's scrap mates, because if you could see what's next to me over here, there's a lot of scraps to be used. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little story time. I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.